Hi guys, welcome back to Mel's Kitchen, and today I'm going to be showing you a easy dinner option two ways. So I'm showing you how to make chicken fingers, homemade baked chicken fingers, but two ways. So one of them will contain gluten and dairy, and the other one will be more paleo based, which tends to be the diet that I predominantly follow. I would not say all the time, especially the last few weeks. Being at home, I have fallen off the wagon a little bit and eaten some gluten and dairy, and unfortunately for me, my body just does not agree with it. So that's why I tend to stay away from it. I tend to get joint pain, I tend to get brain fog, I tend to get digestive issues, and many other things that come along with it. So there's reasons why my body doesn't agree with it. Now, I'm not saying that everybody has to stay away from gluten and dairy. The rest of my family don't. That's why I'm showing you how to make this recipe two ways. So I'm going to show you the regular way first off, and in here I have 1 cup of spelt breadcrumbs. I like this brand, Shasha. You can get them in most grocery stores, and they're spelt breadcrumbs. Spelt is just more of a whole grain, so tends to be less processed. So I'm using these. You can also make your own breadcrumbs at home too, which is super easy. You can just keep out some bread overnight, let it dry out, or you can toast it slightly and then just process it in the food processor, and you have breadcrumbs that will last. So anyway, a cup of spelt breadcrumbs in here, and I am going to add in 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese into there. I am then going to add in, I have to check the recipe because I always forget the amounts that I'm putting in here. I am going to put in 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, or oregano as you call it in England, I think. You call it oregano, we call it oregano. I'm so used to calling it oregano now, just so I don't confuse my kids. So I've got 1 teaspoon of oregano in there. I am going to put 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and then I'm putting 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I don't tend to use the smoked paprika, I like more of the sweet paprika. So adding all of that in, and then I'm just going to give that a little stir. Stir all that together just so it's mixed in properly. Oh, even that smells good, just with all those spices in there. You can see all just mixed in nicely. And then in here I have 2 eggs that I have just whisked up, and then here I have 2 chicken breasts. So I'm just going to show you, because I'm going to split the recipe. I'm going to use one recipe and one for the other, but this recipe actually calls for 2 chicken breasts. Okay, so I have just cut them into, you can do chicken fingers, you can do chicken nugget size, whatever you want. I tend to cut mine into this sort of size, but really there's no right or wrong way about it. So then all you do, dip it in the egg first, and then make sure your hands are clean before you do this. They will not be clean after. And then just dip it in breadcrumbs, roll it around, make sure it's really well covered. Like this one here, you see this one? There you go, and then just lay it. Make sure you've got a baking tray lined with parchment paper or a silicone baking mat, and then just line them up on the tray there. So I'll just show you how to do another couple before I move on and show you the other recipe. This is how easy it is, and again, don't get me wrong, sometimes I buy chicken nuggets from the grocery store if I haven't gotten these made and I just really at the end of my rope and cannot be bothered. I will do that, but there are better options out there. I'd like to buy 2 brands. There's Life Choices, which unfortunately I haven't been able to get hold of as readily lately as I normally do. There's another one. Oh, let's get off. And then, but the other brand I like is Yorkshire Valley, and they're an organic brand. Still comes in a package, I know, but they are just better ingredients. So you can find those. The Yorkshire Valley I can get in Zayres, I can get in Metro. I'm not sure about Sobeys around here, but they're pretty readily available, and I think you can even get them in health food stores. Other health food stores may have other options for you. So that's all it is. 425 degrees, heat up the oven, and then you bake them for 20 minutes. So all I do is, as you can see here, I just start lining them out on the baking tray, Can't see very well, can you? Lining them out in the baking tray and bake them for 20 minutes. You can turn them halfway through just to make sure they're crisped up on both sides. As easy as that. Really does not take any time at all. And then I'm going to, just give my hands a quick wash. I am going to start showing you how to do the other ones. And the other ones use almond flour. So in here I have half a cup of almond flour. And I still have my my eggs, 2 eggs in there that I've whisked together, and it's going to be pretty similar to what I did in the last one. Let me just double check I am not adding anything different. Half a cup of almond flour, again, yeah, 1 teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of paprika. Now, because I'm dairy free, I'm not adding the Parmesan to this. I'm just going to give all of this, oh, salt and pepper, that's what I left out the last one, see? Again, you get used to me. But we want to add in salt and pepper ideally. Luckily I've only made 3 of them so I can add it in. But yeah, about half a teaspoon of sea salt and about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. You're going to be lucky if you ever get a video from me where I don't forget to put an ingredient in or something like that, because that is just what happens. So let's mix that all back in. At least I remembered now before it's too late. Okay, so that is all mixed. Can you see in there? That's all mixed in nicely. And then we're just going to do the same as what we did before. We are going to take a piece of chicken, dip it in the egg wash, and then dip it in the flour mix, turn it around. Now this one is obviously going to look different because we're using a finer ingredient. The flour is finer obviously than the what am I talking about, breadcrumbs. So that's what it looks like. And just the same, lay it on your baking tray. And you're just going to do this, and they're going to bake for the same temperature, same amount of time. Again, 20 minutes, 425 degrees, and then you can switch them halfway through. But really, how easy is that? So this is why a lot of the time I like to make meals that we can all eat, the same meal. And that still can be pretty easy with me avoiding gluten and dairy. But on this occasion, my guys really like these spelt breadcrumbs, how it makes the chicken nuggets really crispy, which you don't get as much with the almond flour. So because it's such a quick recipe to make, I do not mind making them separate ones. And you can always make, again, double batches and freeze some. So then you've got them for nights where you don't want to cook, and instead of buying the pre-packaged ones, then you can just pull these out of the freezer. So there you go. So I have 2 types of chicken nuggets there. The recipe will be down in the description. Remember to put in your salt and pepper, like I nearly forgot. But yeah, hopefully you'll like them and your kids will like them. Please let me know if you try them. Please comment below or send me a private message. And if you like this recipe and want to share it with your friends and family, please do so on social media. And also please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future recipes. Thanks again for watching with me in Mel's Kitchen, and I will be back soon. Take care guys, bye.